Welcome back to another video, guys. I'm MW2. We've got massive news when it comes to gaming in general because Microsoft's Phil Spencer's just announced they've signed a 10-year deal. 10-year deal with Nintendo to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo platforms. What? So Call of Duty is going to be coming to Nintendo. They've got a 10-year contract with them. As you know, Microsoft just purchased Activision Blizzard, they're in the process of it, and they've just signed a massive deal, bring Call of Duty to all of you Nintendo fans. Now, a lot of you guys I know on this channel subscribe to me because we used to do a lot of Nintendo content on this channel, and I know this has been something I've been asking for the longest time, and it's finally happening. So let's take a look. So Microsoft has reached a 10-year deal with Nintendo for Call of Duty. This is absolutely bananas. Microsoft is also committed to keeping Call of Duty on Steam as well. So for those of us that love the Steam Deck and Steam in general, PC gaming, they've also committed to keep Call of Duty on Steam as well. So that puts pressure on Sony to accept a similar 10-year deal. Now, Sony, as you know, have been complaining, kicking their feet, saying, we don't want Microsoft to own Activision Blizzard. It's unfair. It's unfair for competition in general, right? Because they fear Microsoft's going to take Call of Duty off all the other platforms and keep it as an exclusive for Xbox, which I think we all know by now is not going to happen. They make too much money from all the different platforms, and now they're going to be selling it on even more platforms by selling it on Nintendo. Now, I wonder if they're anticipating Sony just saying, screw Call of Duty, don't make it for our platform, we're done, walking home, and maybe Microsoft's anticipating maybe not selling their games on Sony consoles, and hence why they've struck up a deal with Nintendo. Hopefully not, because I know a lot of you guys have PlayStation 5s and you want to keep playing Call of Duty, but interesting. But I don't know how Call of Duty games are going to run on a Nintendo console. As interesting as it is, I wonder if this is maybe tied to the new Nintendo Switch Pro, possibly. But let's keep reading the article. The concession could help ease concerns from regulators over Microsoft's Activision Blizzard acquisition. Forgive me, my kid's in the background. But yeah, so basically Sony have been kicking their feet saying this is an anti-competitive move by Microsoft to maybe try and lock down Call of Duty as an exclusive for Xbox consoles. And I think a lot of regulators were concerned that might be the case, and have been siding with Sony. But Microsoft, hopefully this puts it to bed, to the fact that Microsoft are wanting to keep putting their games on other platforms. I think Xbox might obviously give Xbox customers, Xbox players, that little sweet deal of maybe getting it for free on Game Pass, day one release, early access to betas and whatnot. I think they might continue doing that for a little while. Microsoft says it has reached a 10-year agreement with Nintendo to make Call of Duty available on Nintendo consoles if the Activision Blizzard acquisition closes. The deal is similar in length to what Microsoft had offered Sony, and the Xbox maker has also committed to continue offering new versions of Call of Duty on Steam at the same time they launch on Xbox. Good, because I purchased Modern Warfare 2 on Steam this year, and I'm very happy it's on Steam. I'm tired of having to download the Battle.net launcher because I want all my games to be on Steam so I can play them on the Steam Deck. I wonder if this is going to maybe open up the possibility that we might be able to play Call of Duty on the Steam Deck. I tweeted Phil Spencer on my Twitter, Blaze2KX. I tweeted him asking, does this mean we might see Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 on Steam Deck? They might adapt their anti-cheat system to allow it to work on Steam Deck. Fingers crossed, right? I mean, if they're going to make it work on Nintendo Switch, and they're going to maybe adapt their anti-cheat to work on Nintendo, what's to say they won't go the extra mile and make it work on Linux, on SteamOS? Fingers crossed. So that's good news all around, I think. Call of Duty on more platforms than ever. Now, the deal's clearly designed to put pressure on Sony to accept a similar offer, just days after Microsoft President Brad Smith said Sony has emerged as the loudest objector to Microsoft's proposed $68.7 billion acquisition, and that it's as excited about this deal as Blockbuster was about the rise of Netflix. So here's Phil Spencer's tweet. He says, Microsoft has entered into a 10-year commitment to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo following the merger of Microsoft and Activision Blizzard King. Microsoft is committed to helping bring more games to more people however they choose to play, whether that's Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, they're doing it all, and Steam Deck. I'm also pleased to confirm that Microsoft is committed to continue to offer Call of Duty on Steam simultaneously as Xbox after we have closed the merger with Activision Blizzard King. Very good. Valve Software, they tagged. Microsoft confirmed earlier this week that it had offered Sony a 10-year contract to make each new Call of Duty release available on PlayStation the same day as it launches on Xbox. It's a concession that's been hinted at in recent weeks as regulators increase their scrutiny of Microsoft's plan to acquire Activision Blizzard. Any day Sony wants to sit down and talk, we'll be happy to hammer out a 10-year deal for PlayStation as well, said Smith on Twitter shortly after the Nintendo deal announcement. And here's Brad Smith's post. He says, our acquisition will bring Call of Duty to more gamers and more platforms than ever before. That's good for competition and good for consumers. Thank you, Nintendo. And here's a little jab at Sony. Any day Sony wants to sit down and talk, we'll be happy to hammer out a 10-year deal for PlayStation as well. Oh, you know, PlayStation's sitting there stewing right now. Stewing! Knowing that their biggest competitor in the gaming industry, Microsoft, have bought one of the biggest gaming franchises in gaming, Call of Duty, right? Now, I think PlayStation are being a little bit childish at this point. I really do. I think they don't like the fact that Microsoft owns it. They're too used to getting their sweet little deals where they get their early access to the beta, exclusive content. And they're worried about Microsoft being able to pull all the strings when it comes to Call of Duty. I think it's just competition, right? If Microsoft do good with Call of Duty, you know, they're going to make money off it, obviously, and they're going to make money from PlayStation by selling it on their platform. What's PlayStation got to lose at this point? I mean, just because they've bought Bungie, right? They've bought Bungie. Did you see Xbox players, PC players complaining about Sony buying Bungie? No. So what's the deal with this? You know, Xbox has already admitted that it's going to be coming to all platforms. If Sony wants it on their platform, it can be on their platform. What's Sony got against it? You know, it's not going to go exclusive to Xbox. So what have they got to worry about? There's far too much money from Sony they can make. Anyways, I think they're just a little bit annoyed that, you know, all the perks, the good stuff, the exclusives, the early access is going to be available on potentially Xbox and PC first before Sony. And that's going to probably grind Sony's gears a little bit. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments, obviously, about this. Are you a PlayStation fan? Are you an Xbox fan? Are you a Call of Duty fan like me? Or a PC gamer, a Steam Deck player like me? Also, let me know in the comments what you think down below. And apologies for the setting. I am filming not in my office today, but downstairs in the living room. And I've got a nice new little laptop set up here where we can do similar news videos, but I can do it portably and don't have to worry about missing anything, all right? So anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Blaze2K. Please like, subscribe, click the bell icon for more content, and hopefully I'll be back up in my office before you know it. Anyways, guys, love you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.